Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to The Balance. My name is Tom-Marquis, El Presidente. It is Saturday morning. Welcome to The Balance Studios high atop in Indianapolis, Indiana, in the west suburbs. We are going to have a great show today, give you a little bit of a roadmap. Coming up on August 22nd. Mark it down, put it on your calendars, put it in your phone, do what you got to do, because Breaking Rank will be back. Myself and Rick-riggin, executive producer of The Balance, is going to join us here in just a moment, is going to kind of lead the ship on that, but I will be on it as well. Every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, Breaking Rank, and so in lieu of everything that's happened this week, if you've lived underneath a rock, don't worry, we will get you brought up to speed. Certainly one of the biggest college football stories in recent history broke this week regarding Urban Meyer, head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes. So we're going to talk about that. But Breaking Rank is all about college football. So if you're a college football fan, Breaking Rank every Wednesday night, beginning 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Balance Radio Network. And it will also be available on all of our podcast platforms that you're so used to joining us. So we're going to be doing that today. Matthew Embry, Rick-riggin, executive producer of The Balance, and Mo from the BS Sports Show. We're going to break down all of this Urban Meyer, so we're going to give you more Urban Meyer buffet than you can possibly handle. Of course, we're going to get in a lot of talk about college football, bring you up to speed on the camps, of what's been going on with the camps, and Andrew Luck, the Colts, and certainly all the other 32 teams in the NFL. My name is Tom-Marquis, El Presidente. 917-889-8516 is our digits. We'll be right back. It's about to get good.
The Air National Guard is a reserve component of the United States Air Force and serves alongside active-duty Air Force members in times of a national crisis. In addition, the Air Guard serves the state and local community in a wide range of capacities. The reason people join the Air Guard is as diverse as our members and includes such reasons as a deep desire to serve their country, money for college, travel, new job skills, and the pride that goes along with belonging to the greatest military organization in the world. I joined because I felt a calling to serve my country, but I didn't want to be far away from my family, so the Indiana Air National Guard was a perfect fit for me. With over 95 different career opportunities to choose from and 100% paid college tuition to any state-funded college, why not give us a call? Call 1-800-841-3103 or visit online at goang.com to find out more. Again, that's 1-800-841-3103. The Air National Guard, guarding America, defending freedom.
It's double trouble, double the fun at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. See the largest antelope on Earth, the giant eland, and the ugliest creature on Earth, the African warthog. There's so much to see and do, including the Midwest's only drive-through safari. Feed the animals, see live educational shows, feel the excitement. Have your picture taken with a python or cockatoo. Feel the adventure. Shop the Symbol Lodge gift shop with items available from around the globe. Visit the snack bar or picnic facilities. Enjoy a pony or camel ride. Or cheer your favorite porker on to victory in the famous Pork Chop Down. Bring your family to see the rare and exotic animals at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Just take Route 2 to the Route 53 North exit and follow the sign. Only 17 miles west of Cedar Point via Route 6. Open every day, rain or shine.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike, you know.
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar.
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything. Tonight, I just want to take you away. Blow your hands up in the train. Let's set this party alright. Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon.
All right, welcome back to The Balance. My name is tom-marquis, President. It's time to get this party rolling. Joining me now, executive producer of The Balance, Mr. Rick-riggin. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning, and I'm coming to you live from the soon-to-be Breaking Rank Studios here in the boonies of Evansville, Indiana. And as I'm sitting outside right now, wildlife might actually make its Balanced Sports Talk Radio debut today.
Well, there you go. It's not a bison, but hey, I hear they're Oregon fans. So
somebody, so yeah, what he's talking about pre-show today. I already had about 6 ducks just kind of walk up and want to hang out with me. This is about 2 or 3 minutes before the show came on. I actually had to chase them off a little bit.
So be honest. We know you got a loaf of bread right there beside you.
Oh no, not me.
Well, Rick, also before we get things under roll, I know you're another year older. It's been a kind of a big year for you. You had a daughter graduate high school, so you've had some milestones happen, and happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Turned 39 yesterday, and yes, had a daughter graduate high school this year, and I'm still pretty young, so everything's going pretty good.
There we go. Well, I tell you what, things are going better for you and I than Urban Meyer. I wanted to kind of certainly weed into this conversation as we're going to be talking about it throughout the entire show. Certainly one of the biggest college football stories in recent memory. But one of the things that's important to talk about is, as we just mentioned at the beginning of the show, Breaking Rank coming back on August 26th, every Wednesday night. You're going to be kind of leading the ship on that. You're going to be the captain. I'm going to be the co-captain on that particular show. So talk with us a little bit about Breaking Rank, what it is, and why people should tune in every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time right here.
Yeah, well, Breaking Rank is going to be your midweek dose of college football. You know, we're going to talk about the games from the week before and the games leading into, the Saturday. Breaking down the top 25 matchups, because we have some of them every week. And it's going to be our take on it, our take on the rankings, because a lot of people don't agree with the AP top 25, and especially in week 8, whenever the college football playoff rankings start coming out, there's always a lot of dramas around that. So we're going to give our take on it, who's deserving to be in, who really isn't, and the reasons why.
And, there's going to come a time, we just know it's going to happen. I mean, because everybody's talking about it, whether you like it or not, there's going to come a time when we're going to go from 4 teams to 6 teams, maybe even 8 teams to the playoffs. And this is all because of really a lot of it. is because we're always going to have this. I don't care if we have 8 teams, 10 teams. There's always going to be those teams that say, hey, I should have been in, and here's why. A lot of the teams that kind of don't make it in are kind of our West Coast teams that don't get a lot of media attention as far as viewership unless they're in that local market there. Do you think, if so, that's fine, but a lot of people think that because of that, that hurts their chances in getting into playoff scenarios and getting into the playoffs, and that's why you always see your Alabamas, your Ohio States, your Clemsons, and so forth in the playoff scenario because they're the ones that get all the TV time. I don't think there's any truth to that, but what are your thoughts?
Well, there's actually a pretty good example right now because the rumor is, and it's kind of like the worst kept secret in college football right now outside of the Urban Meyer stuff anyway. But College Game Day Week 1 is going to be at Notre Dame, Michigan. That's the big rumor. That's the kind of the worst kept secret right now. But just like you're talking about the teams on the West Coast, Auburn is actually playing at Washington. That's a top 10 matchup, you know. So I just think that being on the West Coast and the time that game's probably going to be played, that's why Game Day is choosing Notre Dame and Michigan over Washington and Auburn.
And joining us now, speaking of Notre Dame, Matthew Embry. Matthew's our official IndyCar contributor, but there is no IndyCar race. Matthew, we hope, can be a part of Breaking Rank on Wednesday nights with us as he can, but he lives right there in Notre Dame country. He works for the flagship station of Notre Dame, so certainly he knows Notre Dame very, very well. And so, Matthew Embry, welcome to The Balance. We're doing a preview of Breaking Rank. It's going to start on August 22nd every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Certainly nothing but college football. We're going to get into this big Urban Meyer conversation, but let's talk a little bit what you heard Rick talk about Notre Dame, and let's get your look at Notre Dame going into the 2018-2019 season.
Well, the question, I think, is on the offensive side of the ball. The defensive side of the ball looks extremely strong. You've got a very strong defensive lineman returning in Jerry Tillery. You've got a very good team leader on the defense, Drew Tranquil, in the linebacking core, Asbab Bilal as the new Rover. And you have a loaded defensive back line, probably the strongest they've had like in the last 5 years with Sean Crawford. A very intriguing prospect in Houston Griffin, and then also, I believe, Alohi Gilman, I believe is his name, the Navy transfer. So you've got plenty of options there. The big question I have right now is how long a leash does Brandon Wimbush have? If he struggles early against Michigan, does Coach Kelly go to Ian Book? The other question I have right now is at running back. Dexter Williams, can he stay healthy? There's question marks on whether or not he'll even play the Michigan opener because of some questions about stuff maybe outside of the school where he's had some issues. Coach Kelly was very nonchalant about that, or really couldn't say much about it when asked about it earlier this week and when he was in Culver yesterday for the opening of the fall camp. And then you look at running back, and obviously the other position, Tony Jones Jr., another possibility. And then wide receiver, Miles Boykin had a great Citrus Bowl. You have other options there. And then obviously tight end, can they become tight end U again? And then obviously, Rick, you look at the position, obviously that offensive line, and he's losing 2 superstars, Quentin Nelson, Mike Glenn. You've got other players at that position, those positions that can help you now. But the question is, are they going to have the same effective running game with those 2 pushers no longer there, opening holes for like the Josh Adams and some of the other running backs they had last year? And of course, another key thing is also at the running back spot, no Deion McIntosh this year. He's also been dismissed for the team. So you're thin at running back, question marks at, the quarterback and the offensive positions. That's my biggest concern right now looking ahead to Michigan, especially considering this is a Michigan team that was number 3 in total defense in the NCAA last year.
Rick is going to be kind of the host of the Breaking Rank. The Balance presents the Breaking Rank on Wednesday. So, Rick, I'm going to kind of let you kind of lead the ship through college football talk today. As you hear, and I know you're a big Notre Dame fan and maybe quasi-expert, as you hear Matthew break down the 2019 Irish team, what are your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I agree with the offense. It's actually they returned 5 starters from last year, and Sam Mustafer is going to be the anchor of that offensive line this year. Retooled offense, and the big question is what improvements has Brandon Wimbush made over the